Hey folks, Quilly18 here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Football Manager 2017. We are playing as Ayr United, and we are on a 6-game unbeaten streak, which is a new record for Ayr. Now that sounds maybe a little better than it is. I mean, it ain't bad, don't get me wrong, but out of those 6 games, we've only actually won 3. The other 3 were draws, some of them bitter draws, if I'm going to be kind of honest here. Particularly this one against Falkirk, where we gave up that penalty kick. Otherwise, it would have been a winner, and it would have felt stupendously good. But yeah, well, we're going to leave that behind us. Now we're going to the Scottish Cup, third round against Clocknacoodin. We're going to call this Team Chuck. We're playing against Chuck over here from the Highland Lowland Leagues. I believe they are not a league that is being simulated right now. They're probably a little bit lower tier. So in theory, we should smash them. They have a player value of 500. They're paying their players £55 per week. They're basically, I guess, an amateur team. They're not being paid, or most of them may not be being paid, or they may be getting paid very, very, very little. If we don't crush this one, then that'll be particularly embarrassing. Now, in the competitions here, this is the this is the Scottish Cup over here. We are expected to reach the 4th round, so if we happen to be knocked out in the 3rd round, that would be incredibly, incredibly disappointing. Let's take a look at our tactics. I made a slight change. I moved Doherty from being defensive-minded to support-minded. He's still playing as defensive or ball-winning midfielder over here, and he's still playing in the defensive midfielder position, so a little further back to create our kind of diamond formation here, which I think I'm kind of keen on. But it is going to give him the ability to roam just a little bit more and potentially dribble with the ball a little bit more before looking for a pass, but I suspect he'll still be passing quite frequently. The difference between the two: on the fence, he's got dribble less, fewer risky passes, and hold position. I think the support is actually going to help us on our counterplay to really knock the ball forward a little bit more aggressively, even taking risky passes. It's worth noting, though, that Doherty has one of the best passing records in the league. In fact, for a while there, he was leading the team in passing record. So, he does have a good passing ability, right? At a 13, it's actually really good, potentially one of the highest on our team. So really good at sort of connecting the play up. Against the team that we're facing here, we may want to go and actually just play more aggressively and change things up. But I think I'm going to stick to this. I'm feeling generally good about this. We may, rather than play counter mentality, I think I'm actually may play at least standard over here. We're playing at home against a much lower tier team. We could go, even more to control. But I think I'm not going to go overboard on the offensive here. Last thing we want to do is give up some stupid goals. Our counterattack is still relatively strong. We've got Crane on the attack over here. I think we're going to do just fine. So, yeah. One thing, we still have that sort of oddball with Alan Forrest, again, who's a good player, who's actually been performing very, very well for us, and I don't know how to make the best use of him, and I think it's a big factor of just the formation that I'm choosing here. There's probably a better pick of formation. Part of me is wondering, well, it's because we've got 2 good strikers. Like, I'm using a 2-striker configuration, which means I don't want to overload an attacking midfielders, which is really where Alan Forrest is. But let's say we did play something that, I don't know, like a 4-3-2-1 or some damn thing like that, right? 1 striker, 2 attacking midfielders, and you put Harkins and Forrest in that kind of role. Or even, Kearney and Forrest, and Harkins moves back or something, because Harkins can play apparently all the things, then all of a sudden that may become a better way to use Forrest, but then we're not using Thomas and Moore as a pair, and I think that's kind of unfortunate. I think there's potential there. Not that they've been performing super well lately, and I think that's mostly my fault of not being able to necessarily execute properly. I think with Harkins in here, I think we're going to see better performance. Anyway, this game should hopefully be pretty comfortable. Wraith got a bunch of yellow cards. I think we're leading personally in yellow cards throughout. Oh, you're waiting on... We don't have a contract for you? With Magat? Seriously? Contract info. It doesn't run out for some time. What? Okay. So right now you're getting paid £300 per week plus a £90 appearance bonus. You are asking for $475. Contract length 3 years. Yeah, or 4 years. We may as well just ask them for as much as possible. As far as I can tell, that doesn't tend to increase the demands currently. At least that's true for the loans. I do want to keep you around. You're a great player, and yeah, key player, absolutely. Can we, start the contract at end of season? That way we don't have to increase your pay quite yet. Hang on. So your existing contract expires, yeah, to May 17th. So the current contract lasts until the end of the season. So I don't want to start this one until the end of the season. That way we don't have to pay him more quite yet. And what I think I'm going to try to do is negotiate downwards. So this would still be a pay raise for now. We'll see if we can, I'll leave I don't know, the flat fee is not too bad. Well, we'll pull this down a scooch and see what we can do. We'll bring down the appearance fee by a tiny little bit. And unused substitute fee here. We'll bring that up because rarely are you not going to start. I mean, it's not entirely true, but we'll do that. Top division promotion ways, you get a 30% raise like that. Let's go ahead and suggest these terms. Okay. You really want to start immediate, and you really just want a 3-year contract, which I'm actually kind of surprised about. Still going to say end of season. 400 is what I'll offer. All right, we'll do this. But I want a 4-year contract. Not close enough. All right, you want 3 years, you want that. All right, fine, you win, you win. We want to keep you around, you're really good. Yes, we will finalize the deals of this. Sure. Thought we'd never have a conclusion. Yeah, that was a tough negotiation round, I have to say. I mean, so he's getting a slight pay rise, but we did actually have some room left in the budget for salary. Not much, but we did have a little bit in there, and certainly we don't want to lose him. That's for sure. There he is over there. Occasionally we weren't starting him. We were doing some swaps with... Oh, no, that's not true. It's actually Ballatoni we're not starting right now, just because we promised Peter Murphy some starts, and that's what we're going to do. But I'm tempted to do some swaps over here. I don't know. Anyway, let's play the goddamn game. Come on, I want to see this match. And again, if we don't crush this match, I'm going to be disappointed. I mean, the thing is, goal differentials doesn't matter. We don't necessarily want to rub everything in, but I want it to look like a decisive victory. I want to feel like our team is actually playing competently here. I don't want it to feel like a close game, or I'll be kind of disappointed, because I think this is a pretty low-tier team. Again, you know, you look at the price comparison, I'm sure the odds makers are going to be way in our favor. This is a home game. I'm mostly worried about our players settling into some amount of complacency here. Yeah. 1 to 10 favorite. Excellent. Okay. Yeah, they're going to be playing the 4-4-2, pretty typical. You've got some advice to do something like, you know what, sure, we'll just go with your advice. It's going to be okay. We are the favorites. I'm going to be calm about this. Come on, lad, we are the favorites here, so show me what you can do. All right. And then I don't think I'm going to overpump them too much for this. So let's get it started over here. We're going to be in a white kit. We are playing at home again, and we're going to see how they go. So a lot of these people aren't even players that are truly exist in the game, I suspect. They're like those grayed out, sort of generated players just to fill out a team. At the offense here, cross, or not a cross, a corner kick. Moore's going to retain possession over to Kearney, who is going to look for a crossing opportunity, I suspect. Over to Geegan with a long bomb, but it does go over. You don't see Geegan take a lot of shots, actually. As that, I think he's a defensively minded central midfielder. Getting shots on goals are too far away. We've got 3 shots on goal. Like, chill out, man. 2 of them have been on target. We're fine. We've got 70% possession. Well, they're going to bank a little bit of possession over here. Good God. Good God. Is there something, like, one thing I don't know very well is, you know, things to do. Oh, it's loading in the 3D graphics. That's why it's not being responsive. Things to do when you are defending a corner. Like, I don't know what to tune for these things. You know, and maybe there's some sort of failure there, but that's ridiculous. And we've already gotten a yellow card at that. Again, we should be crushing this game. And the fact that we gave that out is absolutely embarrassing. I should yell at the team. Like, aggressive. Like, come on. Smarten up. Harkins. Back to Devlin. They've got a tight defense going on here. Over to Kearney. Kearney to Doherty, who takes a shot, I guess. Harkins picks it up again. Yeah, I'm happy to have Harkins back up front. Although, god damn it, Crane loses the ball. These other people are playing like they're on fire. This is ridiculous. You know, and this could be an indication that my team, like my strategy, there could be something legitimately wrong going on here. A second yellow card? I mean, come on. people. There we go. Peter Murphy was offside. Peter Murphy who's offside. I was going to say, he's one of our central defenders. So the fact that he's that far up, but I mean, that happens in some of these set pieces. Yellow card for the other side. Okay, this referee seems pretty aggro on the yellows. And we may want to consider pulling back here. The last thing we want to do is pull a bunch of suspensions. Oh my god. Failed to be in position for the cross there. Well, actually, the cross wasn't able to get through people. No one in position there for that one. The team is playing terribly. But it could be, at this point, it could be that we've played this formation enough that now the scouts have picked up on it and they've got good ideas about how to counter our formation. That's entirely possible. We've only given up 2 shots. It's got to tip it over there. I don't know. I'm just clearing that. Is it because we're not playing on counter? That we shouldn't have to play on counter. 2 yellows. Free kick from quite wide. Does get deflected, but Harkins holds on to it. He's got a lot of passing opportunities. Geoghegan, who's a little bit stuck for angles here. He might go up to Crane, but what are you looking for right now? There's Crane, but Crane's going to be kind of stuck in here too. He's going to be able to move it up for a little while. Over to Kearney, who might do one of his long bombs. No, Doherty. Doherty with an... Wow. That is quite a lot of shooting from afar. And maybe we should work it more into the box. Kearney with the corner. That's knocked away. Geoghegan's going to be able to hold on to it. Hopefully keep applying the pressure. I mean, if we went control mentality, we may take just simply more time sort of sending it back and forth over here, looking for an opportunity as opposed to just rushing up on the counter. Thomas is a little bit jammed up. Back to Doherty. I don't like the fact that there's such a clustering in the middle here. Like, I mean, I don't have my people told to be playing wide. It is a very narrow formation. That is very true. Oh, Harkins gets fouled right over there. So that'll be a free kick, which Harkins will always take anyway. But it's especially useful here. Oh my god, they actually got a red card. Yeah, again, if we don't just smash this, like, how ridiculously embarrassing is this going to be? All right, well, let's go ahead. Let's go and move to, to control over here. I mean, they're down a player. We should be the vastly superior team. Listen, where's your passion? Do you even want to win this team? Like, stop sucking. And then I got to talk to the strikers over here. Disappointed with your quality of finishing. Yeah, look stressed. Yeah. I don't care. I'm mad. This is a home game against a much, much weaker team. We should be up 2-0 here, not down 0-1. What was that? What was that, Harkins? Oh, Harkins is holding on to a shirt. Free kick. Are you getting yellow as well? No, just a warning. God damn. All right, corner for Moore. Megat tries to header it, but just goes off for a goal kick, and just like that, we lose possession. Are we seriously going to lose this match? 0-1. Should be able to nurse it through, but you know what? We're not going to risk it, and if your performance is going to be a little bit reduced, Mr. Doherty, we're just going to go and do a bit of a sub out. You actually seem fine at 74%, if I'm honest here. But let's bring Robbie Crawford on. That's going to be okay. Let's bring you in, and your star rating is not very high. That's because you don't... Oh, right. That's Doherty back there. Hold on. What we actually want to do is undo that. We want to bring... we just want to move Andy Geoghegan back to the ball-winning midfielder. And actually, let's bring you upwards. You're much more comfortable playing in this position over here. That's going to be okay. And then Doherty on the flank, we are going to bring in Robbie Crawford over there. That's going to be fine. Yeah, I don't know. They're not tired enough to justify a swap yet. We're only 60 minutes in. But I will be doing a striker swap at some point in the not-too-distant future here. Harkins to Moore. Again, we've got the control mentality now, which should be a bit more aggressive. I don't want them shooting. Okay, maybe I got to tell them to work the ball and to play a little bit more. There's no reason we need to be shooting this far away, this consistently. We should be able to work the ball into the box much more consistently. This team shouldn't be able to defend us quite as well. And, tackle it away from us and do different things. If we're in the box and we take shots from there, we'll get higher quality. I mean, 11 shots is a good number, but clearly it hasn't been the quality that we're looking for. Gets knocked away there. That's exactly what I was saying. Well, we probably don't have to worry about that quite as much. But at least we'll still have possession. Devlin trying to move it up. Pass it over to Kearney. Back to Devlin. But he's got a lot of targets in the middle. Geegan, what are you going to do? That looked like another shot from outside the box from our ball-winning midfielder. So I don't know what's going on there. This is just getting embarrassing. 10 corners, 12 shots on goal, nothing going in. Tell you what, you're also going to start looking for overlap. We're going to try to get a lot of bodies in the back end over here. I don't know if that's as countery. I mean, it risks us pulling a lot of people out of position. There we go. There's more. That's work ball in the box. The next one hasn't come into play yet, but we need to see a lot more of that. Like, that was just crazy. I was highly disappointed for a very, 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 very long time. Come on. So there's more. You know, all he does is move it forward. He just beats the defender, and that's it. Like, just get in a little closer. You should be able to beat these defenders a lot more than you've been doing. So maybe I should have put in that instruction earlier. It's entirely possible. Over to Moore. He's a little bit stuck, but Devlin's going to be moving forward enough. Looking for a cross, but no one there. But, oh, it does get tipped over. So we will get the corner, which is nice. I'm thinking we're gonna do the sub here. We're gonna bring Kevin for Thomas. Thomas hasn't been performing for several games in a row, and again, it might be a factor. Like, maybe Moore. See, here's Moore. He's playing the false nine, right? Which is, you know, move into channels, do all those sorts of things. It's possible that what's happening is that Moore is moving forward with the ball and taking shots a lot more frequently. There we go. Taking shots a lot more frequently rather than passing it to Thomas. And maybe that means we're not utilizing Thomas properly. That's entirely possible. And again here with the substitute that I was doing, I guess what I often do is move Thomas back to Moore's position and then put Nisbet in there, and that might have actually been better. But Moore's having a decent game, so we're going to leave him in for now. Okay, things are starting to come together now. I think the control mentality is a lot better here, and moving in. There's Nisbet. Oh my god, come on! Oh, I was really hoping you were going to get it in there. I was going to feel really good about the substitute. Good chance. Too bad about the defense there, but we'll do what we can. Paul's getting quite tired. He's been performing very well, but let's go ahead and... Do we have a good substitute for you? We actually don't, so I may go and look for somewhere where we've got just a stronger substitute available for some of these positions here. I mean, certainly I could bring in Ballatoni, which I would like to do. I actually feel bad that he hasn't been starting as much because we've been promising all the extra play to Peter Murphy. So we're going to do some of that. We don't necessarily need the extra defender, but now we're ahead, so it's tolerable. I'm still super disappointed. 17 shots. But yeah, I think probably I should have gone to control and move in a little bit closer sooner. I think the mentality is good. I should have done that sooner. Because, again, we are the Spirit team, and I got to play like that. Not just sit back. They got, you know, arguably, I don't know, maybe they got lucky with their one goal opportunity. They've still only got 3 shots. I think that's what happened. We sort of had... They got kind of lucky early on. This is exactly what I expected. This is not the control mentality that's giving us, like, that's giving them no shots. In fact, I don't think. I mean, maybe. Ooh, they got an injury on the other side. Yeah, I don't know. I should have played it more offensively minded. Maybe. But I feel like there was just... I don't know, things just didn't work out early the way they should have. I'm not sure. Wow, that's a lot of injury time. I mean, there was someone that was, like, literally injured and removed. And again, they're short a damn player as well. Like, it's embarrassing that it's not more than 2-1. It really, really, really is. I'm very disappointed in the team. This is not good enough. Again, the goal differential doesn't matter. All that matters is that we've won. But, yeah, they fell short of expectations despite results. And that's definitely true. We got away with that today. You were poor out there. We need to do much better when we come up against a better side. Yeah. I'm super, super not impressed over here by the players. Now, again, it may actually be my fault, but there it is. Secure victory. We get 6K right away for getting to the 3rd round. Oh. or for finishing the third round, for having played in the third round. I was expecting that we'd just get paid out at the end, but that's nice. You do that. Devlin did get the goal there, which is quite nice. So good performance there. I'm happy about that. What's our next game here? 7 days, we're going to be playing against Dunfermline away. Dunfermline, I believe, is at the bottom. No, they're just in 8th. Although, you know, that's pretty tight in the bottom. They haven't been performing that well. Have we met them once before? It'd be nice if there's probably another easy way. Yeah, we drew at home in the championship, which I think was one of those really disappointing draws. That, again, should have been a win. There's a lot of stuff going on right around here where it's like, that should have been a win, that should have been a win. Or that shouldn't have been, you know, that should have been closer or whatever. Okay, it looks like we just met them once. But yeah, it was a draw at home. Hopefully we could do a lot better this time around. I'm assuming we need to get another report. I mean, I shouldn't have to ask them. It'll happen automatically, but this way I get the report a little bit sooner and we can start thinking about what's going on. Is my mentality too defensive? Is that possible? Maybe. Let's see, what kind of tactics? I'm betting 4-4-2. Yeah, look at that, 4-4-2s. And looks like the thing that's best against them is another 4-4-2. Right, because this is a 4-4-2 against them. That's generating more chances. This is the tactic of the opposition, which is doing well. So, again, we'll keep, I don't know, we'll keep thinking something kind of like that. I think I'm going to move Doherty up to the middle here. And actually, I think I'm going to exchange Geoghegan and Doherty's roles. Like this. So we're going to move up a little bit further up here. And Geoghegan's going to be back in his midfielder, ball-winning midfielder role. I'm going to keep him on support, though, as opposed to defense. So we're going to play a little bit more aggressively than before. I'm still wondering about this pairing over here. So, you know, Jamie Thomas does get forward a lot. Moore's got dribble more on, so he does hold on to the ball more. He does do the more risky passes, move into channel, but I think that's what's happening. I think Moore, because he's a little further back, tends to get the ball passed to him, and then he makes the play. Which, I mean, maybe is fine. Maybe is fine. What other options would we have? Well, like a deep lying forward. So he would hold up the ball more. So first of all, he loses the dribble more instruction. Secondly, hold up the ball means he takes a beat to think more, which might result in more careful shot placement. It may also result in more high-quality passes. There is that. What's the difference? Advance forward and false 9. Oh, more risky passes. Get further forward. Yeah, that's really forward. False 9 probably gets passed to a little bit more. He dangles a little further back. Probably gets passed to more frequently. Yeah, and then there's defensive forward. I don't think we're going to go back to that. I'm actually wondering if a deep lying forward might be a better pick here. He's not as comfortable playing that. He was a little bit more comfortable playing the false 9. Which, yeah, and I was playing him in support role as opposed to attack role at that. Yes, no? No. Okay, sometimes this doesn't update in real time. So the false 9 just has a support role. Again, and despite that, leaving the space behind for on-rush midfielders, leaving them have time and space to dribble, pick out a pass. It's interesting. Deep lying forward, largely aimed to bring his teammates into play before attacking the box from deep. So, with the support role, because he doesn't have the move further forward. With false 9, do you have a move further forward? You know, you don't either. That might be why Craig Moore is taking a lot more shots from a little further away, because he's actually not told to move further forward with the ball, which is probably okay. I'm just surprised we're not passing more to Thomas. I'm wondering, a deep lying forward in support role. Yeah, let's try that. So you're not going to move into channels as much, which is part of the false 9 role that we gave him, move into channel, was to try to break through the sort of flat 4-4-2 defensive line. And I'm wondering with the hold up if it's going to provide the flat 4-4-2 more chance to defend. Let's start with Moore doing this. We can always flip him back to a false 9 mid-game and see how it goes. Yeah, I think that's good. And we're going to go ahead and give a little bit of practice with something like this. Um, and I'm wondering, like, part of what I'm wondering is with our training, if, like, every week should just be, like, defending set pieces. Because that seems to be where a lot of those openings come up, which I think is pretty standard. Um, I mean, we've been responding to whatever happens, but maybe, or you know what we should do? Is, like, how about, like, we'll put in one of those, and maybe every third week or something like that, we'll try to remember to do a defending set pieces, just to try to keep that mentality fresh. Because I think that does linger for a while when you do a specific training. So we'll do a little bit of that. I mean, we could switch the focus this week specifically to a little bit more defending as well, if we're worried about that. But I don't know, balance seems pretty fine. Anyway, we'll put a cut in here, and in a few days we're going to be meeting Dunfermline from away, and hopefully win that one. Because that's going to be that's a league game, which is quite nice. The Scottish Cup, we don't have to stress as much about. If we win the next one, then we'll exceed expectations, which will be really wonderful. But at this point, if we lose, it's not the end of the world. One of the nice things, though, about performing better in the Cup is there's a direct financial reward from doing that. And, you know, our finances are, you know, we're negative balance, which a lot of teams do start in. It would be nice to be able to bring in a little bit more income. We're sort of breaking even this month. And actually, this season, we have turned a profit of 94,000, which is quite nice, possibly because I'm offering fewer rewards from winning cups and things like that, so we don't have to earmark quite as much money from that sort of thing. But, I don't know. Anyway, we'll put a cut in here. Thank you very much for watching, folks, and I'll see you guys next time.